What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. This story's called, I'm the comedian, but you're the joke. I do stand-up comedy sometimes. I was performing at a bar/restaurant deal, and I was sitting in the back taking care of some emails waiting for my set time. I went to the bar to get a drink, had a chat with the bartender for a few minutes, then got the signal I had 5 minutes till show, so I went back. When I got to the back room, I realized I'd left my phone on the bar, so I ran out again to collect it. Enter Karen. Not a real name, of course. At a table just left of dead center facing the stage. Right by the back entrance I'd been popping in and out of all night. In a big group of 6 or 7 people, but even in my brief forays out, I could hear her shrill voice dominating their conversation. I guess here is as good a place as any to mention I was wearing a yellow sweatshirt and cargo shorts. The servers there wear all black. Sir! Excuse me, sir! What's up? Can you check on our food plates, please? All we ordered were some wings and it's been like half an hour already. Your server can help you with that. I'm not a waiter. What? Oh, dish boy, line, whatever. You work here, so just when you go back there, ask about my food? Oh, no, you see, No, I get it. You aren't a waiter. But do you work here? Kind of. Let me explain. Someone in her party. I don't think he's a waiter. Shut it. Okay, I've got this. You work here. You can bring me my food. Just a quick little, trot, carry. Boom. Done. I can't do that. Why not? Karen, oh my gosh, quiet down. They tried to weigh me away. I was weighing in my mind whether walking away had the higher chance of getting me fired from future gigs there, or staying and getting into it with her did. I was just going down the stay and get into it with her track when the MC gets up there and goes, "Now, special treat for our patrons tonight, local comedian." So I just stopped myself, lock eyes with Karen, walk backwards to the stage, unflinching. I grab the microphone, her table is cracking up, realizing what's happened, and I say, "Well, I'd hoped to do a show for you tonight, folks, but looks like that won't be possible. Apparently, I've been reassigned." I start riffing about people who think you work there when you don't and accuse you of lying and how absurd a concept that is. But then it's too perfect. The waitress is coming out with wings and headed straight for her table. I know the waitress. I performed here before. So I transition and I'm just like, "You caught me, lady. Can't hide anymore." And I grab the wings from the waitress and I'm like, "Oh, Donna, I see you trying to hone in on my section. Can't you see this is my table?" And all throughout the rest of the bit, I would go over and fill their water glasses, bust their plates. Whenever I hit a dry spot, I was like, "Alright, hold on, gotta check in with my customers. Can I interest you in any dessert? How we doing over here? Speaking to the mic, please." Karen hated it. But the others at her table were dying laughing and would even sometimes flag me down for water or appetizers. The set ends and Karen goes to file a complaint. Her friends or coworkers, whoever, try to stop her from doing so, and some leave the venue because of her. A couple stay back to try and defend me, and I told them not to worry because the manager and I were cool. But they got to see for themselves. The manager is an old-school Armenian guy and has no tolerance for this BS. This particular venue was a biker bar before the area got gentrified. So he's used to dealing with way rowdier customers than Karen. She's going off about mistreatment at the hands of his employee and how I'm probably not licensed to be a food server, and that she wanted something done. The manager plays dumb just to see her get worked up and goes, "Ooh, this guy?" Even though the entire floor saw me give her a hard time, shouting, "Yes!" He doesn't work for me. What the frick are you talking about? It's 11:30 p.m. He worked for me from 10 p.m. until 11 p.m. That's what I paid him for as a freelancer. That's over. Now he's just some guy. Well, when he was working for you, he was rude and abstinent. What? On stage? Of course I was abstinent. It's not that kind of show. Karen, shrunting. You know what I mean. See, he's making fun of how I talk. He's a comedian, that's what he's paid for. I was a customer treated poorly in your establishment. He was acting as a server here when he served me, and I want a refund on my meal, or at the very least, turning dramatically toward me, Gollum voice,
An apology?
Alright, I might have been a little rude towards the end there, but in my defense, she didn't tip. Is that true? Did you not tip? Why would I have tipped a comedian? I thought you said he was acting as a server. Karen was a little tipsy at this point, so somehow drunk logic convinced her smashing a glass would get her point across. All it did was get the manager to have her bounced. Her remaining friends apologized to the manager and said they barely knew her and they hoped this wouldn't mean they couldn't come in there anymore without her. And he was super nice about it. I told them I hoped I hadn't put a damper on their night, and they said they can't wait to tell everyone else about Karen's outburst. So I don't have a career as a waiter in my future. Kudos to all of you service workers who put up with these insufferable people day in and out. See, that's what I'm saying. I could not stand a job like that. Man, some people are just absolutely horrible and will go out of their way to make you upset or miserable or both. But yeah, we gotta respect how this dude handled the situation. He straight up incorporated her rudeness into his act. This story's called A Cursed Lime Shirt. I had an issue about a year or so ago regarding my lime green button-up and a certain retail store whose logo is a bullseye target. Finding my green shirt reminded me of this issue, of precisely how much my spouse hated that shirt and exactly how much I liked it. So I decided to wear it again yesterday. I suspect my spouse may be correct, for this shirt is assuredly cursed. My grandmother is a sundowner, at the end stages of dementia, and has been inside of a mental care facility who specializes in potentially violent patients. It sounds a lot worse than it is, since the whole place is designed to look like a faded glory mid-upper hotel. A small mezzanine the elders can wander about, a shopping boutique and restaurant, and so on and so forth. If it wasn't for the medical equipment, emergency packs, large male nurses, and the timed emergency doors, the illusion would be quite complete. Mondays are usually my weekly visits since I can't take any of the children due to the potential danger she would pose to them if she has a bad day. As usual, I had my tan slacks, my favorite cursed green shirt, and my bright orange lanyard as I go right after work to bring her a few snacks, some caffeine, and other things to sate her sweet tooth. It's always roughly an hour visit since I do have children at home, and as usual, she's been sleeping most of the day. I lay out the snacks and head towards the mid-hallway desk to ask the observer for a bit of paper and a pen to leave a note. Everything is perfectly normal up to this point, although there are a few other denizens being pushed about in wheelchairs to get them a change in scenery or some fresh air. As I come up on the observation desk, an older and rather wizened woman is rattling off some demands to a hairy-looking nurse who is simply nodding up and down while multitasking. The older woman isn't being rude, just very abrupt. Consider it like a captain of a ship setting up the work for the day or a manager quickly handing out tasks. I sidle up to ask for that pen and paper. The nurse, before I can say another word, shoves both into my hand with a, "Oh, thanks. Here, just keep her busy for about 30 minutes. I'll let your soup know." And off she goes. I'm standing there bewildered at the sudden turn of events when the old woman locks roomy eyes on me and starts her demands again. I can't really understand what she's saying, but I do catch the occasional word. Account this, transfer that, ensure viability, and so forth. She rattles off some random string of numbers. I'm concerned it might be bank accounts, but they're too short or start repeating immediately. 15331533315 and so forth. Dutifully, I put on my serious business face and begin scribbling on the paper. Literally scribbling, not allegorically. I know how to fake listen, occasionally interjecting the same word she just said back to her. Accounts ma'am? 153315, you say? She'll nod happily and keep rattling off, punctuating the air with her shaking finger or tapping on the desk surface with her fingernail. I've been passed by a few nurses at this time, but my commentary of, "Excuse me, are you?" are quickly waved off. I'm more bemused than annoyed, since I laid out about an hour visit, so I'm not really in a rush. In time, the older woman seems sated and wheels herself back off to her room, and with almost perfect synchronization, the prior nurse comes hustling back. "Sorry about that. Front desk, right? I'll ring ahead and let them know why you're behind." "No, ma'am. Just here visiting G-Ma. Have you got a different piece of paper and pen I can borrow?" "It's the shirt. I know it's the shirt." Wow, what a good dude. He didn't really have to do that, but he did. I can imagine working with dementia patients takes a rather specific set of skills. And the fact that this dude knew somewhat what he was doing, that's actually pretty impressive and admirable that he actually stuck with it, you know? But that is very alarming that they managed to leave a patient with some random dude without verifying that he was an actual nurse. And he didn't even claim to be a nurse. What is with these hospital stories? Those are terrifying. This story's called "Woman Accuses Me of Being a Bad Worker to Try and Get Free Food." About a quarter of a mile away from my high school, there is a McDonald's that many students apply to work at. A few of my friends work there currently, but I do not. Many of them are seniors and don't have a full school day and work there in the morning. After the end of their shift, most of them change in the bathroom and head to home or to school. Many students have spirit wear or clothes with the school's name on it, and many people wear it daily. This is where I assume confusion happened. Here's the cast. Me, little kid, nice manager, entitled mother. I walk into McDonald's and I see my friend at the counter taking an order. I just wave to him and he waves back. I continue walking to the ordering screens and I see a little kid struggling to reach a menu item on the screen. "Hey bud, you need some help?" Little kid nods and points to the fries. I help him with the rest of his order. Apparently, his mom was a doctor of some sort and she was on call, talking to a patient. Little kid walks up to the counter and pays for his order using money I suppose his mom gave to him. He was like a little man. I walk back to an empty screen. I'm not even 5 seconds into putting in my order when someone taps on my shoulder. I turn around. Can I help you, ma'am? I've been waiting for my order forever and me and my dear son are very hungry customers. And why are you telling me this? You work here, so you should be helping me. Miss, I think you're confused. Don't you lie to me. I saw you help that kid. I saw you wave to the cashier too. I helped that kid out of the kindness of my heart. That cashier is just your friend? Sure. And you just happen to wear the same clothes? Yes. She was yelling at me the whole time. Others had been watching too. I also realized she was talking about my school sweatshirt. My friend wears a similar one with a design from 2 years ago. She must have seen him change out of it for work. Miss, this is a spirit wear for the high school nearby. He's a senior and I'm a junior. Please let me order my dinner. You derogatory Asian terms are taking my kids' jobs and you can't even do them right. Who the hell is your manager? I want to talk to him. By this point, my friend had done the smart thing and gotten his manager. They both walked around the registers and to this woman and I. Ma'am, what seems to be the problem? Your lazy booty work isn't helping my family get my food. He should be fired. My son is starving. She gestures over to a table where a boy is intently staring at a smartphone with a shiny pink case. He doesn't look like he cares at all. I'm sorry, but this man does not work here. Entitled mother still looks like she's going to blow a gasket. Well, whatever. I still don't have my food and I want to be compensated. Can I see your receipt then? Fine. She hands over the receipt. Manager takes 3 seconds to look at it before handing it back to entitled mother. You're gonna have to leave now. Cue surprised Pikachu face. What? Why? This receipt is clearly from 2 weeks ago. You are causing a disturbance. Please leave. Entitled mother's face goes red. She yells multiple derogatory terms. You are all racist. I'm leaving a review so bad you'll never get business again. She then grabs her kid as she storms out. All three of us are standing there dumbfounded. The nice manager offers me a free meal, but I decline. I order my meal normally and enjoy my dinner. I don't know why she thought using an old receipt would work, because that sort of thing won't hold up longer than 30 seconds. They literally just have to look at the date. This story's called Explaining to Customer I Just Had Surgery and Cannot Come to Her House. Not exactly an I don't work here lady, and not long and drawn out, but it's crazy enough it fits the bill. I work for a large company installing/repairing TV and internet, where we are required to give our business cards with our cell phone numbers for 30-day warranty if anything happens. I have so many stories I could tell, from 5 a.m. wake-ups being screamed at, to having to block someone's number when they called 90 times while I was on vacation, to someone threatening to not let me out of their house one time. But this one is a special kind of stupid. Almost 1 year ago, I got hurt at work, and a few months ago had surgery. So, way past the warranty period. 2 days after surgery, I received a phone call. Being high on my pain meds, I answered the phone without checking the caller ID. Here's the cast. Insane customer. Me. Hi, this is Insane Customer. You were just at my house and my internet isn't working. I have people coming over for the weekend and need you here right away to fix it. Hi there. I'm sorry to hear your internet is down. However, I haven't been at work in over 6 months and will be unable to come fix it for you as I just had surgery a few days ago. Since being off work, I've received tons of these calls. Way nicer than this though. And everyone has apologized and wished me well after I've told them the number to call. But you really have to explain there is zero chance of going out there or they will try and work something out with you. Hence the surgery explanation. Now back to the story. What do you mean you can't come out here today? I can't wait the 2 weeks it takes for someone to come out. Ma'am, as I just said, I can't come fix your internet as I can barely walk right now, let alone drive. It's been over 30 days since I was at your house, and even if I wanted to come help you out, I'm legally unable to drive right now. Insane Customer mutters something about customer service and complaining about me to my company. Very frustrated, in a lot of pain, and high out of my mind, I say, I hope you enjoy your time with our company this weekend. Here's the customer service number. It's been over 4 months and I've heard nothing about it. I can only imagine the service rep who had to listen to a woman complain about a dude who just had surgery refusing to fix her stuff. Better yet, maybe she realized how insane she was once she had time to process the fact I said I had surgery and wasn't just being lazy like she was implying. My job has had people rolling the stories I've had over the years. It truly is never a dull moment in the life of tech. Okay, hold on, something that's really bothering me is that they gave out their personal cell phone numbers. There's gotta be some labor laws against that, right? I know people have work cell phones for this very reason. Why do they have to give out their personal cell phone number? Because that's ridiculous. Anyways, Karen, you jerk. You gotta let people rest after surgery. It's not like anyone expected you to do anything after you gave birth to your crotch goblin. I don't know if she had any kids. It's common. This story's called Boss Wants Me to Come Into Work Drunk. Okay, so I was thinking this would be an entitled people, but it's about work, and I wasn't working at the time. Also, I am a phone. My boss is a nice guy, but sometimes gets a bit aggravated, and I'll be honest, doesn't run things the way I would run things. To the story. A couple of people have left the job due to not being paid for overtime, and being overworked anyway. So the people left, including me having been doing 6 or 7 days a week to keep the place running. It's a small business and money is money. About 2 weeks of this and we asked the boss man, when are new people being hired? Oh, you guys seem to be getting on fine as you are. And that was the end of that convo. Being a bit run down and young and fed up with having no social life, I booked me a nice 4-day weekend and bought tickets for a band I liked. Holiday was accepted. Nice. Friday comes and I wake up nice and late, get a couple of tinnies in with the mates on the way up the Big Smoke, and proceed to get hammered to punk music and thoroughly enjoying my night of sticking it to the man. In the smokers area, I get a call from Boss Man. Hey, Big G! We have a kind of casual relationship. That wasn't just me being a moron. Hey, OP, any chance you can come work tonight and the weekend? We are understaffed and, name, would have to work 16 hours. Sorry, boss man. I'm in London and also pretty sloshed. Right, so you're gonna make name not go home to his kids because you want to have fun then? Dutch courage kicks in. Look, we are all overworked and you don't want new people and we all told you this would happen, so no, I'm not coming in. Well, don't bother turning up tomorrow then. That's the But he hung up. Went back to work on Tuesday and he acted like nothing happened. Turns out Boss Man did the shift himself because Name just got in his car after hearing the convo over the phone. Started the job search again cause still no one knew being hired because, of course, we seem to be managing fine. This has basically been just a bit of a rant. Boss is a nice guy, but his corner cutting to make money is just basically treating his staff like poo. Okay, yeah, we all know what it's like to be called into work on your first bit of time off in such a long time. That horrible sense of defeat you feel when, like, no one respects that you need time to just chill. Yeah, it's horrible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.